It's that time of year again as we head into that first Saturday in August. It's Hambletonian week. 9 trainers in search of that Hambletonian trophy, 8 of the 9 in search of their first. One of those 8 trainers is Matt Bax, who kicks off our week of contenders coverage for U.S. Trotting. He talks about his colt Southwind Coors and also his talented filly Righteous Resolve, who he has in the Oaks.
I don't know if they put their best effort forth in the elimination. I think the travel tired them out a little bit. But to make the final and not be 100%, I think that's a good position to be in. I guess if you can improve a little bit, and the group is so tight, I think we'll be in good shape.
Of course, let's start with Southwind Coors, getting you the nickel in there, but racing really well. James McDonald back aboard as the pilot as he's been up there in Canada and, of course, makes his way down here to the U.S. I think he had to be happy. And what did James think about the colt coming out of the elimination last week?
Yeah, of course, James gave him a great drive. The trip worked out. James thought he was a little light coming around the last turn. He wasn't on the bit like he normally is. Usually he comes off that last turn, he's on the helmet and comes 100. Now, it was a little more speed than he's used to. Maybe he just needs that little bit of a tightener, or or it's what the trip's taken out of him. But yeah, 8's a tough spot, but I guess it's better than 9 or 10.
Let's go back talking about the colt, of course, last year. 10 starts or so, raced really well. Just kind of learned things, got into the groove and kind of figured things out. Right now, coming back here at 3, you guys, I think you had high hopes for him. Of course, he raced his way, won the Goodtimes. And now we know the Goodtimes is special to you and your families. Take us through that from the Goodtimes to how he's been and how you feel he'll be going into that final.
Yeah, he's definitely, last year he lacked a lot of experience. He's a little bit more of a nervous horse, and this year it seemed like he figured it out. We always knew that he was a high-speed horse, and yeah, things have just kind of clicked early on this year. To win the Goodtimes, yes, that was special. But we do think he has a little more, because he is just so fast off a helmet.
Now, one thing about him, if you look at him, he just wears trotting boots. He's so clean and naturally gaited. But if you get to the head, you see we got some cheek pieces. We got a pelling pacifier. Tell us a little bit about what he needs to keep his concentration there.
Yeah, you know what? He maybe doesn't need some of that stuff anymore, but it's like...
why fix it if it's not broken, right?
You're just aiming for the Hambletonian. So why would you take anything off? Because you can't risk it now. Like, I even flirted with the idea of taking his shoes off, but I'm like, geez, I don't know if I can risk it.
And that's what a lot of guys do, right? Going into these finals, that's if you're going to take a shot. But you know what? I think, hey, like I said, if it's not broken, why fix it? And like we said, here's the thing: we're going into a race like this. I think he has all the tools. He's got the versatility. He has that gate speed to be effective. Are you confident? Now we know we're going to be a little bit of a long shot going to that final. But here's a funny story. My first interview of last year was Cool Papa Bell. If you don't remember, he went on to win at 52-1 last year. So don't think it's a long shot's got a shot as well, right? You got to be in it to win it.
That's right, and it's such a tight group. Like I said before, that yeah, if he's there, he gets the trip. I think he's a little stronger next week. Yeah, anything can happen. But yeah, you need a little bit of luck in these big races.
Moving on to the filly, of course, Righteous Resolve, the daughter of Resolve. She's only got 3 starts going into this year. Now, you might think that's good and bad. Some of these other fillies got a couple more starts going into a big race like this, but I also feel she's really sharp. Love that effort last week in her elimination.
Yeah, some people like to, you get quite a few starts in and say that they're tight, but having them happy, healthy, in my mind, is a lot better going into a race.
I really like this filly, and I think she certainly is going to be one to watch. Now, looking at the 2 races combined, you're one of the 3 Canadian connections going into that Hambo final. What would it mean for you to take that Hambletonian trophy back to Canada?
Yeah, there's a lot of nice horses up in Canada right now. So, and that made like the Goodtimes and the Sire Stake program it's a very tough program right now. Like, there's a lot of good horses. But yeah, I guess maybe that shows the breeding program that we have up there, or the people that are up there. But yeah, it would definitely mean a lot to do that.